Hi everyone and welcome back. In today's video, we're going to create the table you see on the right using vanilla JavaScript. As always, if you like the video, make sure to like and subscribe. It truly helps my channel. Let's get started. To start, we will have a basic HTML file, which will consist of our table style and our table element. Let's get started with creating the JavaScript we need to build out this table. First, we're going to bring in some data. The data will consist of people and headers. The people will consist of first name, last name, email, and birth year. And the headers will be an array of key values where the key translates to the key of a person. So first name is equal to the first name, and the value is going to be the column header text. Let's get started. First, we're going to create our build table function. Which will take in data and headers. And the first thing we need to do is select our table element from the HTML. To do that, we're going to use a query selector. Document.querySelector by hash example because we're selecting by the ID. Let's save and continue. The next thing we're going to do is create our table header. This is going to consist of the header element itself and then the row inside that header. To do that, we're going to go const header is equal to table element dot create t head. And what this will do, will create the table header for us associated to the table element. And now let's go and add that row. Const header row is equal to header dot insert row. And we're going to select index of 0 to make sure that it's at the top of our table. Let's give that a save. Okay. Next thing we need to do is add the header data or the header text. What we're going to do is iterate over the headers array, and for each header we're going to insert a cell which will equate to a column, and we're going to use the header value as the inner HTML. Let's do that now. Headers for each. We're going to go header and index, where we will go header row dot insert cell at index, and that cell inner HTML is equal to the header dot value. Let's save that. Cool. What this will do, we'll iterate again over every element in the headers array, pull out the value, and associate that with the inner HTML of a cell, and the cells are ordered by their index. Let's go and see our header built out. Let's go ahead and call our build table function and supply it with people and headers. Let's give that a save. And as you can see, we have our first name, last name, email, and birth year headers. Cool. Now let's go and add that data. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing that we did with the headers, but this time we're going to do it for the data, and in particular the people. We're going to go through, iterate, and then for each index, we're going to add the value of the associated header. To do that, let's go data dot for each, and we're going to go item. So for each item, we need to create a new row. So let's go const row is equal to table element dot insert row -1, and we're supplying it with -1 because we want to insert a new row at the end of our table, as opposed to the top of the table, which would be 1. Next, we're going to set the inner HTML for each column based on the header key. So we'll do that by going headers dot for each. Again, we're going to go header and index. And now we'll go row.insert cell at index. And at that index, we're going to go set the inner HTML equal to the item at header.key. Let's give that a save. And as you can see, now the data has been filled out on our table. We have our first name, our last name, our email, and our birth year. And there you have it. That's all you need to get started with building out tables using vanilla JavaScript. In the future, I'm going to show how we can sort each of these columns and also how I can use the nth child to style the table. I hope you found this overview helpful. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.